welcome back to Pirate Adventures, where we last left off. Our dear pirates had completed and somewhat passed the trials of the warrior underneath the Kenshiman Island. They met and discussed all things to do with the magic pistol. In fact, gaining the magic pistol when, unfortunately, Inara came to an unlikely, difficult end. As other certain revelations came to pass, the final one being that when they finally got aboard their ship, Umbra's laboratory had become interdimensional. On the choice of dispelling it, nothing is left there, and seemingly Umbra has disappeared. There are 8 crew members, new crew members, waiting on Kenshima for you guys. You guys can sleep for the night and gain a short rest if you would like.
Yeah.
Tiberius will have decided to stay on the island and stay with the new recruits. Get them ready for you in the morning.
Excellent. Well, I don't really know what to make of this situation. But I think for now, we've been through a lot. Let's call it for tonight and then reassess tomorrow morning. Any objections?
No, Tim's going to sleep in the morgue.
Alright then. Dismissed. See you in the morning. And well done, everyone.
Tim, in the morgue, it is cold.
Mm-hmm.
There is a solace to it, but it is cold.
Which bodies are left? Did he leave any of his work?
Nope.
Nothing. It's all cleaned out.
He left nothing but the tools that were already there.
Okay. I mean, I'll take a scalpel.
Yep. He's left at least 1 or 2 of those lying around.
Mm-hmm. That's
one thing as well that's left, because actually he didn't tell me he was taking it down, and for now I am not aware of any reason it wouldn't be there anymore. As you go through the doors, you hear,
Oh, yes.
we accept donations.
Who nods solemnly.
Yep.
You would have seen, as while Vaela was walking away, just her shaking her head to herself when she hears that.
Yep. You will rest. You have your short rest. You wake in the morning. The dawn has a glow of orange to it, and there is a touch of warmth to the air.
Nice. Yeah, Vaela will gather Elizora and Berry and obviously, well, Tiberius is already there, right? So, yeah, Elizora and Berry to go basically meet the new crew members.
Yep, so Berry says, well, that's great. You did what you had to do. You look like you guys got a little roughed up. You sure you're all right to go straight to it?
Well, the duty calls us, as it were. We haven't
Strike him while the iron's hot.
Exactly. And,
Sure.
don't want to waste any more time than need be.
Fair enough. I'll make sure Tiff makes something nice for you guys for breakfast when you get back. When we get back.
Yeah. Yes.
I meant we.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay. All right, and then we'll head off to find Tiberius and these new members of the crew.
Yeah, just as you leave, as you're walking down the ramp, Berry just extends out a stick on the side and just taps the side twice, waits a second, taps it again, seemingly around the mid deck, and then you just hear it. Okay, gotcha.
Huh.
We worked out a new system. It just seemed easier.
Yeah, that's
Running
very
down the stairs every 5 minutes.
Very effective. Nice.
As you get back to the island of Kenshima, the cherry blossom blowing in the breeze, the sensei is waiting outside the dojo, and seemingly you can see the silhouette of Tiberius along with some other recruits. As you approach, you see a quite elderly, tall-looking dwarf, his hairline kind of reaching further back, but his beard gloriously thick. And he stands 5 foot tall, but you can tell by his dimensions he's a dwarf.
Mm.
Otherwise, you just assume he's a short human. He's got a missing tooth as he smiles and is bearing a rounded shield and a sort of like a Scottish broadsword cutlass.
Hmm.
And you can see there's a green and blue tartan sort of tunic underneath some of his armor. And he seems to be wearing some breastplate. There is a dark-skinned human currently smoking a pipe. His hat very shallowly brimmed, and he seems, as he leans out, his coat kind of opens up, and you can see he's wearing a bandolier of like shurikens and long dart-like daggers and knives. And while he's smoking his pipe on your approach, he gives you a wink. Yeah, he's going to give you a wink specifically, Captain Vaela. You see
What kind of wink?
a little side just while he's smoking his pipe.
She'll ignore that for now. For now.
One
There is a
HR.
there is a very pale-skinned elven woman, paler than you've ever seen before. She doesn't look like she's a high elf or even actually any elf race you've seen before. She's paler than that. White hair tied up in a knot, and you can see, is carrying 2 blades, one longer than the other. They seem like regular katanas. She is in a red kimono with a shoulder pad on one side just made of leather. There is a hobgoblin with his hair quite far back, a more a more common Japanese top knot with sideburns coming down to the edge of his cheek. He is brandishing a blade of a similar size you recently dealt with, a Nodachi, on his back. A very great sword, katana. He's wearing leathers, and he is just grinning with eagerness at all of you. His red skin almost seems redder, like he's blushing with excitement. There is a feral tiefling there, their horns extending up very, very high, their teeth, and they are red-skinned, and their eyes yellowing, and they are in a basic kimono tunic. They have on their back what looks like 2 blades. As you get closer, you see they're actually joined, and they're pointing opposite directions. It's a double scimitar.
Nice.
You see a human woman. She's got black hair, short to the sides, lightly skin tone. She is the most serious out of all of them, and she's locked eyes pretty much with each of you as you're on your approach, and is not moving from her position. She's got the best posture out of everyone there, and is refusing to move, and she's got a singular katana at her hip. She is in classic ceremonial samurai plated armor. And there is a half-orc there. Black hair, looks younger than Zushi. one of his tusks is chipped off, and the other one is extended out quite long. His green skin is quite pale. He bears a katana and is also just in a kimono. And then finally, you have a quite small halfling, stubbly face, very short side hair, short greying on top. And he's holding a yari, which is kind of like a Japanese glaive or spear. And as he stands against it, he's maybe a third of the height of this thing. So he's leaning against it and is just pointing way above him. He's staring at you, but he's not saying anything, not reacting or anything. There's just a complete silence to him. Capitan! The new recruiter here.
Excellent. They all seem very a good bunch.
I searched far and wide, but it wasn't very far.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. But yeah, it's good. Good job, Tiberius.
Yes, of course. Let me introduce them. This
Yeah.
is Cormac Clacken, which is the tall dwarf. This is Argyle. Her name is Bez. Don't try to joke with her, trust me. That is Zeno, the hobgoblin. Dahl, he'll tell you. You'll find out, the tiefling. Her name is Jin Crow. That's the woman with the high posture. The half-orc is Langstar, and the halfling on the end is Tixbo. Now, I thought we'd have some stuff in common, but apparently not.
Well, everyone's got different personalities,
Absolutely.
She'll turn to the eight. Well, for those who aren't aware, I am Captain Vaela, the captain of the Crescent Moon Pirates.
How many grimaces do I get from Elizora when she says that?
Too many to count.
I'm there. I'm grimacing. It's kind of hard to tell with Tim though.
Every time it's a grimace.
I feel like the hobgoblin accidentally smirks, but then tries to reel it back in really fast. The
NPCs can't deal with it.
the guy with the shurikens and the cowboy hat just coughs out his pipe and then brushes it off down his jacket. And the white elf with bright white hair just looks around a little confused, but is nodding.
I can imagine that some of you probably have never been on a ship before, but not to worry. Berry here will get you accustomed to the ship and your duties aboard it.
That's right. Don't worry.
And any rules that obviously go have repercussions. But yes, if you have any issues or concerns, then feel free to come to Berry or myself or Elizora, and we will, put you in the right direction, if not help.
The guy with the cowboy hat just puts his hand up.
Yes.
I'm just gonna call it cowboy hat now because that's what it is. Now, what about our cut? I heard you get a cut. Did you get a cut?
Yes, you do. As crew members, you will get a cut.
That's damn funny.
So, obviously, that all depends on, as a crew, how well we earn money. You'll need to gain funds in order to give money as a cut.
That makes sense.
But
well, thank you, Capitan.
No problem at all. Well, you'll have. Have you all said goodbye to whoever you need to say goodbye to? Are you all ready to come aboard?
The tall dwarf Just like, oh yes, spoken to everyone I would like to.
Excellent, excellent. Elizora, Berry, is there anything you want to say to our new recruits?
Well, all I need to do is start showing them the ropes, so...
Quite literally, yes.
Zora?
Elizora?
Welcome aboard. It'll be tough, but it'll be worthwhile. Are any of you aware of the course we seek?
The hobgoblin says, oh, yeah. Well, we know. That's why we're here. The little fella, he was telling us all. Yeah, we were all pretty on board at that point. You know, can't do much if the world's gone.
Exactly, and you know, it will be dangerous. We will have all sorts of things trying to get in our way. But we hope that with your abilities and your martial prowess, you'll be up to the task.
Jin at the end with katana. She just goes, "You have my blade."
Excellent. Ready? You can. Berry will take you to the ship and get you started.
Zushi steps forward and just says, "I would just like to say to all of you before you go, you have been excellent students. Some of you more interested than others." Looks over at the cowboy hat. And then he sort of goes right to left. Tix, I look forward to hearing of your exploits. You're a fierce warrior. Perhaps to hear them from your own lips would be even more of an honor. And the halfling at the end just kind of nods. Lang stands up next to the orc, puts a hand on his shoulder. The half-orc puts a hand on his shoulder as well. You are fierce in combat. Your anger takes you to far greater places. But do not forget control. Yes, of course. I will keep that in mind, Sensei. Jin? Yes, sir. Your duty has taken you very far. And I know you do this with a heavy burden on yourself. Do not let it destroy you. There are others there to help. Yes, Sensei. Dal, when you first came here, we had our differences. But I like to think of you as an ally and a friend. Your weapon prowess is unorthodox, but still very capable. I'm sure you will do great things, and I hope you will consider this place still a home to come back to. Dal is very happy to have been here, but Dal will never come back to Kenshima. Dal likes to move. Also, Dal likes you as well. You have good skills. Dal is done. Zeno, you are enthusiastic, strong, and your technique is almost there. Think before you move. Consider. Use your wit, and you will not fail. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. I will. Bez, you are one of our best. Shame to lose you on the island, but I think to a better cause. Just try to find your wisdom in other respects, and you will find your journey complete. She bows. Yes, Sensei. Goes up to Argyle. Argyle, I will miss your wit. Retain it. Come home. I would like to hear the tales of your exploits. Don't you worry about that. I'll never, ever lose my wit. Nothing could bring me down. Cormac, you have had a tough year. Do not let it hold you back. I hope we can continue our chats over tea once again. I will miss them. I will miss them too. And hopefully I will have more tales to tell. I ain't planning on dying just yet. Don't you worry. Turns around to you now. I would have never allowed this if I did not think that I am trusting you into the care of those I believe just, dutiful, and honorable. When they came to this island, they proved themselves and managed to deal with things I had not noticed for a long time. They have proven themselves worthy of your loyalty. Give it to them. Face with them, fight with them, teach each other, and you will survive. You will be successful. Come home if you wish it. Students. And he claps his hands on his thighs, bows, keeping his head up. Sensei, they all say in unison, clap their hands on their side, and bow. He gently walks himself into the Zen garden. I believe that is everything, Capitan. I seem to think that is the ceremony they have here.
That's fine. Welcome aboard. Hope your time with us is a good one. To sort of motion them to sort of follow Berry back to the ship.
Okay, come on, you landlubbers, let's see what you're made of. Carrying them on themselves, and they follow through.
I don't think there's anything that I want to really do here now. Zushi's already left, hasn't he?
He walked off to the Zen garden, but it's only like 10, 15 feet away if you wanted to walk around the corner and say something.
Oh yeah, I probably will do as when everyone sort of breaks off. But
Yeah,
sure,
they start
sure.
making their way down. You can hear some whispers amongst a couple of them near each other. Elizora, the cowboy guy, gets up sort of next to you and says, "Hey, so what's the deal about the captain? She got someone, sweetheart at home, someone on the ship."
If you go down that route, you're sorely mistaken and left off this crew.
Oh, it's never really stopped me before, but I can see your tone, and I think I'll maybe take a step back and wait to see if I see any signals.
That's gonna get stabbed.
He is going to get stabbed.
Oh yes, the plans are already in Elizora's head.
Oh no.
Just don't try anything, and you'll be okay.
I'm a man of my word. I will not try anything at all. I will wait for an invitation.
Don't even look for them.
Argyle never looks. Argyle just finds.
How's that looking to me?
Hard enough to find something when it's put on your lap.
Hard to have a lap when you got legs.
Ooh. Start to wonder if my attention's in the wrong place. What's your name again?
You didn't.
Fair enough. Well, miss, I'll see you on board, I guess. Tips his hat. Backs it the way, fuck up.
Well, he's going to learn the hard way.
Probably.
Can you imagine if he tries to come on to Elena or something like that? That's why Elena's going to be a whole separate situation, but...
That's going to be a whole can of worms.
Yeah. Yeah, Vaela will head over to Zushi. Not kind of disturbing anything that he's sort of doing, and we'll just sort of say to him, I know this must be a very difficult decision for you, but you have my word that I will do my very best to defend them and protect them with my life. They are now a member of my crew, and As such, they are my responsibility.
He's just watering the garden with a little water pot. He's going round very gently. Doesn't even turn round. He says, "Taking responsibility for the lives of others is a noble tribute, but it can also lead to deep despair if you are not ready for it. I do not think you are not ready, otherwise I would not let them go. Know this, Captain Vaela of the Crescent Moon Pirates. The world is a dangerous place, even in serenity. It is simply knowing what the danger is, and how best to approach it. They all know what they have signed up for. Use your responsibility to try go for the best outcome. That is all I ask."
It's all I ever strive for.
"Good. And if you trade any of them for money, I will know, and I will hunt you down and kill you."
Don't have to worry, that would be the last thing I sold for money.
I doubted it, but being that there's no currency here, I haven't seen that part of you.
That's fair. That's very fair. Well, as I've said before, crew is family, and we have just gained more family.
Absolutely.
Well,
I made sure that Shu sharpened all their weapons.
oh good.
Made sure everything is ready for their journey.
Fantastic. Well, I won't keep you to your garden. Hopefully the next time we see each other is to tell you that we succeeded and bringing back your village, I don't know.
My people.
I'll be bringing back your people. That's the word I was looking for.
Their surplus.
I was going to say, villagers? No. Anyway. Bring back your people that want to return.
He puts down the water bottle and he comes over and he gently puts a hand on your shoulder, kind of stares at you. "It is a heavy burden to be the leader of a people. I think you will do it fine. And at what I said to them, I said to you. You have done Kenshima a great service. It is now a home for you as well, whenever you wish it."
You can kind of feel like he'll kind of feel like Vaela's shoulders relax like a bit as well. It's like, thank you. That's means a lot to me.
It is a good place to retire.
She she looks around at the village and goes, I can see that. Sometimes while here I was wondering whether I was unfortunate to be, born where I was and not here instead. I think I would have liked life here. But destiny always has other plans.
Some are chosen. Some rise. Some do fall. And he leans in. Don't fall, is all I'll say.
If I will do my best. You have my word. That's all I can give.
Could you roll a perception check for me?
Sure. Dabs you in the gut. It's a 19.
It's 19. As he turns, something you've never noticed before, on the back of his neck, is this Jolly Roger tattoo. Like a little skull, little crossbones, katana going through one side. And it's just the collar's just bent down, then it bends back up as he moves. As he turns to carry on watering the garden.
She won't say anything. She'll just turn and return to the ship. With a smile on her face.
Right. You get back to the ship. Everyone is on board. I ask you all once again, what would you all like to do?
I think the idea would be to, at least leave. Sort of start moving away from the island. She'll probably give, I don't know, Berry about half an hour to sort of the people into roles, like into what they're going to do.
Mhm.
At which then Vaela will call an officers' meeting.
Okay. So he's probably going to just make them all deckhands for now
Yeah.
to try and justify what they're good at. And he'll probably come to you and just say, "I'm not 100% on what they're best at. Argyle seems like a pretty good marksman, pretty quick with his hands.
All right, it's all right,
Cormag,
Barry. What? I'll give you a few days. Just give me a proper rundown. Anything you give me now might change. So
yeah, they're just going
Well,
to be deckhands learning
no,
the
that's
ropes
no, that's fine. That's fine.
and the knots,
No,
and the
yeah,
anchor,
yeah,
and the
yes.
port.
But give him
Starboard.
a give
I don't
give
know
him
why people use that.
yeah. Port is left. So yeah, same
Yeah.
number of letters. That's how I remember. Anyway,
Yeah, port side. Yep, carry on.
give them a few days. See how they're doing, what they're good at, what they're not good at, and just give me a summary, so I know so we'll know where to put them. To see what
Okay,
they
Captain.
gravitate towards. The usual thing. I'm sure you know what you're doing, Barry.
Yeah, of course. I'll just say, Argyle and Cormac. They look like I think they're good warriors. One's very quick, the other one looks particularly strong and like he can take a hit for an old guy. But yeah, we'll see how they do over the next couple of days. Knots is going to be a really fun lesson.
Yes. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure.
And he goes off and he starts saying, "All right, you landlubbers, here's how we do this and that." I'll shout at them. Throw them. And you weigh anchor, the sails are set, and you move off. Which
Yeah, I don't know.
direction would you like to go?
We'll probably just head west.
Bill,
But yeah,
where'd you find the whistle?
Oh, bloody hell. There's been more interference. Very confusing. Now, I think it must have dipped into the center circle and then come back out because it's now hovering around the southwest sea, but it's come back through and it's going back down to the south. I don't know. It's still moving.
Set course for that, Bill.
I don't know what the interference was, but it's still a bit off. This thing keeps glitching out on me, but that's the best I can make. Something's happening, but I don't know what.
well,
Do what you can.
it sounds like it's our closest one. And
No,
probably
the closest one is the bottle. I think it's the bottle. Yes, it's the bottle.
right.
Bottles around the island of Yew.
Yeah, just west of But that's what. Yeah, we kind of reckon that's with the hags, right? Or with.
Yeah, the hag's bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad news bears.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, it
that's
doesn't sound like a friendship run, but let's be honest, none of this is particularly nice.
Sit close to the whistle and see what we can do. It's hopefully a common test run for what the bottle could bring.
Right. West, southwest. That's our heading. Okay. And you make sail. Now, is there anything anyone would like to do in some of this downtime? We'll do it day by day.
I don't
Also,
think so. I mean, tend to any wounded, but I don't think there are. Unless, can I work on the petrified people?
you certainly can. What are you doing?
Studying the condition, trying to figure out if there's something we can give them to ease it or reverse it. Or I don't know. I only have lesser restoration, so I can't. It's not an easy fix.
As you look at it, Tim, you sort of you pray for an answer from Joylif, and there's a sensation from her, and it's just not yet, not
Okay.
strong enough yet, but maybe
Well.
soon.
Stash them back in the morgue.
But it is a power that you perhaps could possess, but you do not have it yet.
That's fine. That's me.
Does anybody want to discuss anything else?
I guess it's the overseeing, or at least facilitating the introduction of Elena to the other consumers, in case there was any rough edges.
So, Cormag goes, "Hey, it's wee little Elena. Oh, you've grown so large. Look at you. You're a great lass now. Oh, and a fine sword you got there. I knew you were going to be great. Knew it. Knew it in me bones. Told wife. Told Blossom everything about that. Yeah. I said that Elena, she's got a fight in her. She couldn't be staying on that island. So glad when you left. I thought, for Christ's sake, finally, fucking go on. Fight the world. I knew you would. Glad to see you're alive now. Argyle doesn't know her. Bez sort of bows to her and says, I remember you, I think. We sparred? Yes, we sparred a lot. Actually, you were quite good. I am better now. That is good. Zeno doesn't recognize her. Dahl has no idea who she is either. I think Jin and Lang kind of recognize her in sort of. There's not so much of a contempt, more of a surprise she's still alive. Jin has a slight cold shoulder to her, but she shakes her hand, kind of thing. Lang kind of does more of an embrace and an acceptance. Tix looks at her, just kind of grins, nods, and then walks off.
I was expecting a lot worse than that, based on what she was saying to us.
Maybe we'll see she then.
Well, I did say that it was the elders that was the main problem. Most of what is here is not the elders. I'm surprised Cormac is here. Jin is going to be a toughie. I think that perhaps that will take more time. But nevertheless, that will be okay.
All we got is time on the seas.
Exactly. Perhaps we could even be friends once again. Who knows? But you have done very well. We have 8 new crew members, a full ship, as to speak. I hope it was not too much trouble on the island.
You'd never believe us if we told you.
You're right, I probably wouldn't. But there's been crazy shit happening, so maybe I would.
Oh, and I suppose one of the other things that Vaela would sort of mention to him is that it's, as we've got new crew members, it's worth them all sort of reporting to Tim for just like a checkup. Make sure they're all, okay and fit.
Should I roll for that?
I would like
Their physicals?
eight medicine checks, please.
Are you serious?
Advantage?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Yeah, give me 8 medicine checks,
Right,
please.
I'm not going to bother with guidance.
Why not boost your average? Is that?
Yeah, exactly. You never know. Someone might have some weird thing, allergic to rope or something
Even
stupid.
is it? Okay.
When you've got digital dice, you
1,
can get through there.
2, 3. We'll put guidance on that one.
I'll allow it.
These just are the results of the rolls, by the way. Just 1, 2, 3.
No. Luckily they're not.
I know. It's just...
How many is that now? Is this 4?
You've done 3. This is number 4.
4, another guidance.
So the first one was 20. The second one was 23. Third one is 13. So is the fourth one. Is 13.
I've got what list they're going to be examined in.
Fifth one is unnatural 20. Fifth one is 16. Seventh one is 18. Oh, and the last one
Eighth one is unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. There we go.
Okay.
Got them.
So for the first one, Cormag. From what you can tell, for a dwarf, he's in his late years. He is old. Should be retiring. But something about this guy, he is strong as an ox. This reflexes are good. Posture is good. Everything seems really physically decent about him. Like it's a bit crazy how old he is. And the only reason you can tell his age is kind of by his face, his hair, his entire physique, and the way his body is moving and working is just brutally impressive.
How about mentally?
Are you mentally examining them as well?
I was specifically mentally examining him, but yes, let's say yes.
Okay, so as you ask him questions and kind of try to judge things, he's all there. There's nothing particularly different about him. He does mention to you there's nothing holding him to Kenshima anymore, and his kids are grown, and he kind of just wants to get back out there.
His kids still live in Kenshima.
A few of them moved, some of them didn't.
Where did they move?
All over.
Okay,
They were young. They wanted to travel. That's up to them.
you got it. Continue.
Argyle, generally all right. Doesn't seem the most hygienic, but he seems clean in all the necessary places.
Mhm.
He's while you're sort of examining him and everything, he's cracking jokes constantly about it, and you find his heart beats a little fast, just a touch.
Cool. I'll chuckle politely at his jokes, and send him away with some medicated soap. Medicated in inverted commas.
Well, thank you. I'll take this on board and I'll use it. It's
For your paws.
for my pores. Didn't realize my pores needed such good looking at. Well, thank you,
Yes.
doctor. I'll take a look at that. Thank you.
Very thorough, you know.
Didn't realize we got free stuff as well. This is fucking great. Bez.
Him's homebrew soap.
You
Green.
can make soap.
Yeah.
Bez is the astral elf. I'll just say it. She's pale white hair. She is not like an elf of this world.
Mhm.
Because she's not quite. She's the closest you can akin her to is Alarias. So you kind of base this on Alarias.
Yeah.
There's something cosmic about her. She is just light. And when you listen for like heartbeats and stuff like that, it's so calm. So calm.
Mhm.
Like almost slow.
Perfect.
And
She might make a good
this is
assistant.
the reverse. Every time you make a joke, she just doesn't understand.
Got it.
Zeno, the hobgoblin, he's a bit fidgety, which makes it a bit difficult to examine him. But generally, he's all right. From what you can tell, it's a bit difficult because he's so fidgety. Dahl, the tiefling, seemingly all good. And as you're kind of examining him and everything, he sort of stands above you a little bit and looks down and just says, Dahl is healthy. Dahl does not need looking at anymore. Dahl is done.
Can I give him an insight check on that?
Sure.
Hold.
Dahl is healthy.
15.
Dahl is healthy. Dahl
Yeah.
does not need.
I believe you. For now.
Pats you on the head, walks away. Jin and Lang are both seemingly quite fine. Like there's nothing wrong with them at all. They seem quite healthy. Tix, is quite old. As you try to check his senses, he's numb in all his fingers. Like you pinprick them and he doesn't move. And you sort of test this a little bit up the hand, and it's only when you get to like the edge of his palm that he reflexes and he moves. But his hands are like dead, essentially.
Interesting.
The rest of him seems in decent condition.
Is that anything I reckon I can cure?
It's almost less about cure. It's like nerve. It must be nerve damage, from what you can tell. Like there's no feeling in them. Regrowing limbs requires spells. To regrow nerves would be even more granular than that. So you'd have to not only know that spell, but also be capable enough to do it so finitely
Need
that
a
you don't
sturgeon.
accidentally grow extra limbs.
Mm. Yeah. Cool, but I'm convinced that he's healthy enough to work at least.
Oh yeah, he's healthy enough to
Presumably.
work, and he can use his fingers. He's dexterous enough with them, but there's no sensation.
Got it.
That's everyone.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, sir. So as you're sort of going south-southwest, Alarias, Temrin comes to you and he says, "You wanted to ask me something right before we went to the island. I know a lot happened. Do you remember what it was? Something about the Serpent's Pass. I don't want to say it, discuss it, and then us. This interference? I'm not sure."
So I must not have written down in my journal. I believe there was an interference when we were getting close. Because we're in Kenshima, we're close to Serpent's Pass. I believe there could be something important there. But I wanted to ask if you had any knowledge of Serpent's Pass or know why I'd be feeling this disturbance.
I mean, the Serpent's Pass. Dad always talked about it. He was mentioning things about. I think this disturbance could be something to do with another portal. We were looking into portal magic, and there are many different kinds of portals. Space and time. Tears in the fabric of reality, and they can affect so many different things, and this seems like a thing it could affect.
The only thing I remember reading your dad's books on it, I know he mentioned that the Serpent's Pass was being created by the gods. I don't know the map, but I think it's near the center circle, place of power, and it's got something to do with the timekeepers.
So you'll know the Serpent's Pass is north of you right now.
Okay.
It's directly north. I know pirates have used it for years to get around armies, but there's been plenty of ships lost down there. But I remember my father saying, that some of the ones that made it out didn't see many wreckages, and it should be filled to the brim with the amount of tales of people falling in there. So there's got to be something there, something else. You were with Bloodbeard. He's got around there before, hasn't he? I'm sure I've heard him get around there. Barry mentioned it. I'm sure.
If there's safe patches, then there could be something quite powerful there, whether it's a relic or an artifact or something to do with the timekeepers that we can. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I just know my father was looking into it when he was looking into portals.
Okay. Definitely make a note of it. Seeing as we're quite close, it might be worth me speaking to the captain and raising it.
It's up to you. All I know is after all that happening in the island, I need a break. Actually, you know what? I need a drink, actually.
Some of us were close to death. Some of us went down. Yeah, I could use a drink as well.
I took the risk you did, but you know, I'm not an officer, so.
we've all got to risk our lives for the betterment of the crew. At some
Yes, you know,
stage.
I know my limits. Let's just say that much.
Come on, big strong arms. You can take on anything. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know, but and he like flunks it onto the side. I still don't know how to work this thing. I've spent so many years without arms. It's just really strange. Like
It's
in my head, mage hand, I just move the hand. There's no attaching limb, there's no limitations. But this, I've got to lift the thing, I've got to extend it, bend it.
but just like with any book, you read through it. You read it every day. You take time out of the day to read it. With any spell, you train that every day to get better and better. With these arms, you just need to train
No,
with it.
I know I'm doing that. It's just I feel like, you know, I haven't seen Umbra around, but I keep wanting to ask him, does he have any like spares? Anything a bit thinner? Anything a bit more my size?
If anything, these arms could be quite a useful
Once
thing
I
for
get
you.
the hang of them, I'm sure they'll be amazing. I just need to get the hang of them.
Hmm. Keep training at it. There's plenty on board that can help you with that. Know your strengths.
Yes, it's been mentioned. I know. Praise Joyliv. Okay, I'm off. Bye.
Okay.
Can someone roll me a d20 for the next day? You can all have a short rest before the result.
8.
Cheers, Matt. Thanks for volunteering. So, everyone would like to do their full rest,
Nice.
Long rest. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
short rest.
Oh, short rest.
Oh shit,
You already pressed the button.
I did. I think I had. I'll take off
Oh,
some health,
mine may not have updated. Hold on. Oh no, it's gone.
and it was my feature that I'd used, so I'll take that back off. There we go. That should be fine.
I'll tell y'all when you can have a long rest.
Oh, I'm just gonna use all my hit die.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use some more. What I used.
Yeah. On the second day, is there anything anyone would like to do? Second day of travel, you have made it quite a decent amount west.
I was gonna offer to remove the curse from the gun.
Okay, go ahead. You know who to ask.
I mean, I assume it's a no.
Well, it is, yeah. Well,
You need to ask. And she'll say.
gonna have to ask Elizora.
I don't even know how you'd open.
Tim, how's the new recruits going on?
Yes, they're fine. How's the gun?
That's fine too.
Any less cursed than before, perhaps?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, may I take a look at it? Perhaps I can remove some of the dark energy from it.
Let's not tempt that fate, shall we, Tim?
I feel if we have an evil object in our grasp, isn't it our duty to make it a little less
Who's to say it's in our grasp?
in our grasp?
Who's to say it's in our grasp?
Well, you have it, don't you?
I didn't say that. Tim, when I first joined this venture, we discussed many a time my desire to hunt down these artifacts. And then my method for getting rid of the artifacts was to hand over them to my friend on the other side. Well, last night, I did just that.
You
Yes,
made the executive decision.
I have been clear in my. It's too the artifact. The pistol's too dangerous to stay on this side, so I handed it over to my friend on the other side. Simple as that.
As long as it's a friend, I
no
don't see the
longer
problem.
exactly, Tim. As a friend. is no longer any of our concern. It is
Oh,
out of the way and out of mind.
indeed. Nice to not have to burn a slot, eh?
Absolutely. It's a relief to no longer have to burden ourselves with the responsibility of such an item
Hmm.
when we knew we weren't able to use it. We all agreed right then and there, as soon as we saw what it could do from the Dusty Man. Um, we agreed it was a no good thing. So it was a no-brainer to hand it over. While some of the other artifacts we've had is more useful to have right here and now, it was clear we weren't ever gonna use pistol, so why keep it in our temptation?
You won't hear any argument from me. That sounds like a noble choice.
Oh, thank you, Tim. I tried.
Well, I do for posterity, perhaps for the future. May I know the name of your friend?
That's just my friend on the other side, Tim. That's what to worry about.
You remain evasive.
Are you willing to open your heart to my friend?
Hmm.
Potentially learn of themselves? Or are you more likely to rebut my wishes and stick to Juliet?
Hmm.
While we're at that impasse, Tim, I think I know your answer, so it's okay.
Well, I have seen some dark things in my time, you know.
And I died, Tim. What you?
Sorry?
I've died, Tim, and I was brought back by my friend.
Hmm.
It's a miracle.
Well, if you aren't ready now, perhaps in time.
Are you ready, Tim?
Yes, I believe so.
You're willing to open your heart to that of my friend, and potentially, and to take on their teachings instead, maybe.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well then, Tim. When you get that far, then maybe it's the right time.
Hmm. Let me think on this.
Please do.
This has been enlightening, Elizora. Until we turn to shuffle off.
As I always hope it is, Tim.
Okay, interesting. I don't think Tim would report that straight away.
Anything you guys want to do for the rest of the day? Or is it just general travel day? Vaela? Elizora? That was kind of pushed upon you.
Yeah,
Alarias?
I mean, Vaela's probably just going to keep going about her business until something comes up. Really, usual captain duty. She doesn't really have anything pressing she really wants to worry about.
Alarias?
I was gonna relay the conversation I had with Temerin to Vaela and Elizora just to make them aware of it. I don't know if we'll actually go towards it. We don't have a burning sensation. Alarias is interested to pursue the timekeepers because he thinks something's involved there. There's a lot of power involved with Serpent's Pass, but I don't know of a way to safely get there.
If that's a captain's meeting, Tim's into that as well because it sounds
Yeah.
exciting.
I think you want to relay to everyone, get the word out.
Captain's meeting then. Any officer can call an officers meeting.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I'll call an officer meeting and relay the important conversation with Temerin about Serpent's Pass. We might have already passed it though. You said we're going west. I don't know where we're headed, but
Yeah, but it's only been a 2 days travel, well, 1 day and a half, so you haven't got very far. You could still go north and still be on the slightly left side of it.
So okay, you'll have to summarize this.
To summarize Serpent's Pass, speaking with Temerin, I've forgotten his
Temerin.
no, what's his dad's name? I've forgotten his name.
Phineas.
Phineas, yeah.
Phineas Balin.
Yeah, so in Phineas's library he has books around Serpent's Pass. And I think what I gleaned was that there was something, it was created by the gods, potential place of power, and Temrin thinks there's a portal there. That the story is some ships get lost, but some have survived and made note that they didn't see any shipwrecks there. So we think there's some sort of portal, and it could be more knowledge of the timekeepers, because it could be an important site for the timekeepers. But yeah, I don't know how much is related to the artifacts themselves. I just think it's a important place of power, like the center circle, and Bloodbeard may have traversed through the Serpent's Pass because it's a tricky place to traverse.
He did. Barry
Very.
pipes up. He did. I remember him telling me once. In fact, they all told us they'd gone through. They were surprised at how clear it was. Oh, what was it? Someone saw something. What did they see? Yeah. Bloodbeard. He could have sworn he saw like a glint of greenish light somewhere, but then he looked and it wasn't there. Carried on round. He said it was rocky, it was dangerous, it was risky. Wouldn't be surprised at how many shipwrecks were there. But then he didn't actually see many ships at all. But he's heard of plenty of people getting lost. He's seen ships get lost in the Serpent's Pass when he's tried to run them down. But the shipwrecks with the rocks, they should be, in the past. They wouldn't sink. There's not enough room.
Where have they gone?
I don't know. I guess he just assumed that they got ransacked, but what you're saying, I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it.
I mean, I don't know much about these timekeepers, but if they are masters of time, maybe they got moved. Not by space, but by time.
I think they protect places of magic where planes intersect. So there could be a portal to a different plane.
See, the problem... Okay. While this is very interesting, it doesn't seem to pertain to the artifacts, and also sounds very dangerous, and a risk that doesn't... I don't really see where the benefit of this is.
Yes, I am of the same mind. So there is a place where portals are happening, going forward in time, back in time. I don't know, space, whatever. But how would this help us with the artifacts? I too am a little confused.
If anyone's going to know about the flood, it's people who can travel through time, right?
Yeah, they protect the universes like they know from the start. The
Plus, what
knowledge
if we
they
fail?
have.
But then,
Could be
if
nice to have
they
a
are-
second chance.
But then, if they're here to protect, they haven't really been doing a very good job of it.
There we go. We have questions for them.
I don't know
Well-
yet the link between the artifacts and timekeepers, but I know there's something there.
I think maybe you need to do some research, Alarias, and give me something a little bit more, something that ties it maybe together. Because at the moment it seems like something that will put a heavy risk to the crew with no seeming advantage.
I have to admit, as interesting as it sounds, and trust me, I love a good mystery, I can't see it being much benefit unless we know these powerful beings are gonna, help us.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a position to go yet. And it would be too risky. We don't know the outcome, what's there. No one right here has actually been through the Serpent's Pass to know how to get through it. But yeah, I just thought I'd flag it. I think the timekeepers, we need to keep our ears out for
Yeah.
any knowledge around that.
It's worth, if we come to a place that maybe has a library or, any kind of information about that kind of thing, then you certainly have my permission to research it as you see fit. But I think until we have something more substantial with it, it
Well,
would pose more risk to the crew.
Did we ask the crew for any hearsay or folklore?
well. Hang on. Didn't that old ass druid person come along and, as I died, left a notebook in our hands and
Yeah.
You
it
mentioned
was
them.
like
I
and it
remember.
was like hand back to my younger self, and maybe I can stop something happening. Sort of thing that
Yes,
linked up with the timekeepers.
I heard something about that. It was I think it was actually before I joined the crew, but I did hear something of some crazy old person dying on our deck with just a diary of a madman.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, Madman is a.
No, he had a lot of
It was a close and personal friend of Grizel,
yes,
and
well, yes, but we all know Grazil had
wasn't from
moments.
Grizel wasn't from here. He was definitely not a traditional resident of our land, and his existence itself.
Does anyone know that for certain that he's from another plane apart from his word on it?
Oh, he appeared on deck, I heard.
Yeah, I was there. I've got his diary. Aramel appeared from a different universe.
Like Grizel just
future
popped
self.
on deck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alarias, you were there when Grazil popped on deck.
Yeah,
Tim,
I can relate
you
it.
No, Tim wasn't.
Tim, you weren't.
You can't deny the fantastical nature of Grazil's arrival in this realm, and he had no knowledge of the runnings of the. That's why I made him such an open captain. He just knew nothing. But
Yes.
Actually, no, I remember that day. I was on the deck. I was on the crew. Yeah, he popped out of nowhere. We asked him questions. He had no idea about anything in Flood. He seemed like he was, alien.
Straight fish out of water. See, but look, we need to have let's have a vote. Do we think it's enough to change our current course for the whistle?
There's always the option of a small team going out themselves to the Serpent's Pass. I'm just saying, if you don't want to risk the whole crew.
Arthur is sweating right now that we're going to split the party.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
I'll throw it out there.
Alarias, I fully agree that we should investigate this. It is by no means fundamental turning point to what leverage we might be able to get over the fleet. We are in a part of ease and peace almost, but it's only going to be temporary. We need to have leverage over the Commodore and timekeepers and airmail and all that bull might just be it. But is it enough to change our course right now? I don't think it is, but it might be something we can do next. After we've got the whistle, we head north.
One more artifact is the consensus.
At least for now.
Bill just pipes in and just goes, well, based on where we are, and damn well knowing where we're going, we're definitely closer to the Serpent's Pass than we are to the whistle. But it will take some time off our journey. We will delay ourselves probably by a week.
Well,
maybe 2.
My concern is obviously all our efforts to reclaiming the pistol, and the pistol seemingly not being an artifact. I think we could do with at least gaining an artifact, since we left the wreckage. So I think at the very least we should at least attempt to get the whistle before we do anything else.
Yeah, that's our primary objective.
I think also it would also do wonders for the crew to get a win of an actual artifact.
Well, as far as they know, the pistol's an artifact.
True, actually, that is fair. That is very true.
I was going to say, trust me, that you come back with 8 crew members as well, where everybody thinks this is a win. Don't think yourself short, Captain Vaela. You've done great, okay?
Fair enough. But I think either we should at least try to get another artifact under our belts before we attempt to sidetrack. And hopefully, you never know, in that time, you may find more about these timekeepers and how they're all related to everything.
I guess I'll put it out there, but we are closer to the Hag's Bottle. Do we want to pick that up first and then move on to the Serpent's Pass, or?
Well, from what Elizora has told me, the Hag's Bottle might be a difficult one. We may want to be a little bit more, I don't know.
Let's get a test out of the way.
Fair enough.
Just a test
Test of what?
Get- of us.
I mean, we're 8 brand new crew members up. We got to get used to how they fight, how they work with each other, how they work with us.
Mhm.
This is a whole new ball game now.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of saying the same thing, where we should really go for the whistle next, and from there we'll decide what the situation will take us.
Yeah. We need some salting, some seasoning in our abilities to know just exactly where we're at. Because I don't know about you, but I realize we're not the most cohesive of units right now, considering the lack of martial prowess in our group.
Yeah.
That needs a little bit of ironing out. And
Yes, I mean, one person, granted he was some weird frog person, but one person boarded our crew, our ship, and killed a quite considerable chunk of our crew.
I would like to put forward, yes, he was considerable. Also, he was like some kind of crazy mutated frog man that
Freak of
turned
nature!
invisible and
While that's true, most of the things we seem to fight are crazy creatures from the
yes,
depths.
that's fair. That is true. That is very true.
So yes, I think having some, we don't want to be in a situation where the only people that can fight on this crew are the officers.
There is something else. We are, somewhat well armed, but the Forge Isles is to the south, and we could outfit ourselves with some better firepower. The ship, perhaps our warriors, we are just, a little lacking in certain respects.
We have, sort of as a side, we have cannons, right? I'm pretty sure I logged that we've got cannons. So we got two. Oh, we've got two cannons.
we
Two.
took them on board.
We have two cannons, yeah.
We have 2.
We have two cannons, yeah.
Do,
But I
do you
think
know
well,
how
I'm
many a fleet man of war has?
Yeah, but I mean, we're just we're a sailing ship, right? So
And we're going up against the same things they are. That is all I mean.
yeah. Well, I mean, because gear-wise, I assume like the crew has like a scimitar each, like generally, or a cutlass
What does it
each.
say in your ship's log of inventory?
I just don't know whether they just kind of came with them, but because the only thing that's in the cargo is anything that's not on a person,
I'll put it on your laptop.
generally.
So Tiff has his chef's knives.
Okay.
Oh god, I've got to find the list of the crew members now. Where is it?
It's on that sheet as well, in the Boneblade info.
Oh yeah,
Which we've got a whole tab for the crew members. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, that the cargo is literally every bit of equipment that we've got, then we've got virtually nothing. We've got like 3 tridents, a rapier, and a longsword.
Yeah, a lot of them are using like daggers that they've got, and some of them are using like harpoons that were part of like the ballista setup, but some of them aren't equipped at all.
Yeah. Question is, can we afford it? We've got like just under 3,500 gold.
Tiberius came with his own sword.
Should have bought a job lot in Kanshima.
Yeah.
Archer.
The Kanshimans came with their own stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they did,
Kenshimas
yeah.
came with their own stuff. Archer had a bow and arrow. Artorius has his own sword. And he's kind of armored up. I'm trying to think who else.
Because I'm not really listed. I'm not really listed gear on any of the crew members because I just didn't bother. I'm obviously Elena's got her swords as well, but Yeah, we could all.
Yes,
we
Elena's got her swords as well. Sorry. That's
Yeah.
right.
Gearing the crew up could be an actual worthy detour for the fights to come. If people are just, if the crew are largely fighting with daggers, that's not really going to work out.
Could be worth having a stock of like potions for them as well. Just so they've all got stuff in their back pockets to not get one-shotted.
Yeah, because I think on our Kraga we've got like 2 potions of healing.
Yeah, I think we should get a nice big stack.
Yeah. But again, we don't want to burn through all of our money either, because that especially when you're talking about potions of healing, I think the base they're like 50 gold.
We're not
You
really
know, so
getting
they-
much money in.
Yeah, whereas I think like a scimitar, I can't remember how much those are, but I don't think they're that much.
So we need to do some pillaging.
Potentially.
Money making.
Yeah, we
I
kind of
will say
lost.
Hark Synthesis, he seems to use his hands. Doesn't seem to need a weapon. No-Eye Bill has his own weapon. Felton just uses a dagger.
Yeah,
Rixil
so
just uses a dagger. All the lizard folk that are... Oh, there's only one left. The lizard folk just uses their claw. Oh, there's 2 left, sorry. They use their claws and their teeth.
Yeah, I mean we could get a bunch of short swords because that's like 10 gold.
Yeah.
Because I just looked at a scimitar, that was 25 gold. Like, there's no reason. That's just style more than anything else.
Yeah, short sword's easier to pick up.
Short sword's better, and because they're finesse, it works for all the crew. So some that are more nimble, that works out better for them. But yeah, give them those short swords, and I don't know what leather armor is like. That's 10 gold as well. Yeah, we could probably outfit them with like short swords and leather armor, I reckon. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, potions of healing and stuff like that's going to be quite. That's not going to be. That's not going to be.
Not to mention, Doward has his carpentry tools, so he's got a chisel.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That's not. It's not really going to work out. But
Look, we can. Let's go try another whistle. I'm sure that whatever island that keeps moving that the whistle's on could be interesting. It might have some stuff we can loot on it too. One thing that we can have in our back pocket is what the hag's bottle is kept could also be quite rich in other resources, considering that the hag kills any adventurers that may not be on that island with her.
seems like a very dangerous. The place you. That seems like a place you need the equipment, not to go shopping for equipment.
Well, you don't. It's not like we'll have the whole. We won't be taking the whole crew with us to the hag's bottle. That's just
No.
never efficient.
I know that, but yeah.
But so let's go try and get the water whistle. See what we can grab from there, and see what goodness may come of it. And then from there we can see actually what's close, what's nearby. Because we got the dwarves nearby, south. They love creating shit.
They're south now.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Go to the smith place, and just get the gear from there, and then head over to the whistle.
Let's do whistle first.
I mean, the whistle would
I'll
just
tell
be
you.
our smaller squad. It won't be the whole crew. Just if we get attacked on the way.
We'll be fine.
I'd rather stock up first, but we
Yeah,
can
I
vote
don't-
or whatever.
What? How much of a fool would you be to realize to be all stocked up and then be like, oh, here's the whistle. Here's all the loot of the whistle. Oh no, I've just picked up and paid for all this shit. Oh no, it's all there for me. Wouldn't you be look fools just then?
I mean,
Or
you
look
could
at all
sell
this,
it.
look at all this money. Look at all this money we spent. And actually, here's even more money we could have spent, even on more stuff. Like, and have to go back again. It's like it's like it's even worse. It's even more frustrating.
Can we
There's
trade
Might
always
as
them?
that
well go and
works
get
out.
one.
Like, you're just level. Like you could trade stuff back, or sell it or?
Yeah, I
don't
don't
understand.
You
that
never,
one.
you
Yeah,
never
that's-
get what you pay for in training the bag.
No,
you know what
I
it's like. It
while that-
depreciates the
Right,
value
right.
soon
while
to leave.
while that is true, we have already had plenty of situations where we have been underarmed for the fights we've been experiencing. I'd be much more comfortable if the crew was well stocked and armed before we did anything else.
If we went south, blast, by my calculations, it only takes a couple of days off our travel time anyway because we're going southwest.
Do we go past the whistle on our way to the dwarves?
No, we go directly south and then we go west.
And I doubt exactly
Oh,
we'll
yes,
be there.
then.
We won't be
We
there.
we have to go further south to get to the dwarves, right?
Yes, so we only lose a
So we
couple
go
days.
past it.
No, we don't go past it. We go south from where we are now, and then west instead of just going at a gentle diagonal down. Do you understand how
Do you
lines
not
and angles
understand
work?
what past works? Like, we have to go further south to get to it.
Right.
We might as well go 2 and then back. It's easy.
I'm just going to make the decision that we're going to go get equipped. So that's it. Like, I'm not going to continue this
Aye.
conversation. We're
Aaron
going to
just
go
goes,
get.
"Aye."
We're going to get stocked up, and then
You're
we'll
gonna
head
make
to the
yourselves
brew
look
or
like
whatever.
fools later, I swear.
I don't care. I'd rather be alive, and the crew be alive. That is my responsibility. So yes, I will make sure they are equipped with, a little bit more than a butter knife to protect themselves with. So yes, we'll head towards the what did you call it? The Smith's Island.
It is the Forge Isles. I've been said
Forge
before.
Isles.
Yeah, pretty much everyone who's a pirate goes there to
Fair
get
enough.
outfitted with stuff. It's the only place.
That's fair. Yeah, we'll head to the Forge Isles then. We'll make it there, and then we'll go there, buy what we need, and then head straight for the Whistle. I can't imagine we'd probably only be half a day there, if that.
We'll
Go and
only
get what
lose
we need
a
to go.
few days travel, I think.
That's fine. We'll be
Week tops.
We'll be okay. It'll give the crew more time, the new crew more time to practice. So that's fine. We'll do that.
Elizora, this is a democracy. We do get your vote. It's just I feel you are
Hey,
probably outvoted in this regard.
Hey, I understand the absolute democracy. Doesn't mean I have to be happy with it. God.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
I
Incensed.
will always respect the decision of all, but I just like to say, on record, you're wrong. But oh well.
Well, it noted, Elizora. It's noted.
Oh no, the
Well
mutiny has
then.
begun.
Yeah, I know.
We're heading south.
But the thing is, it depends whether Elizora finds somebody else to be captain, right? Because Elizora won't become captain herself.
Well,
that's what Matt stated in the past, that Elizora would not want to become
Yeah,
captain.
yeah.
well, she's got a taste of other stuff now, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
As you begin to change your heading, as you turn south, there is actually, you know what? Can I have another D20 from someone today?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I've done it. 19.
Oh,
19.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Means nothing, but
okay.
Means everything.
The DM's happy. We're probably not going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Right. As you sail through, it begins to get misty. There is a fog amongst the waters. There's a calmness to them. And as you're going into the later evening, you can see like a little bit of torchlight. And then you hear music. And it's kind of like circus music. And you can hear this circus music going on, and it's very playful and colourful, and this object is approaching you, and as it does, you see like it kind of gets in line with your ship. It doesn't lock on, it doesn't fire any grappling hooks, it doesn't board. It just gets alongside and it puts out this stage, and the stage kind of comes up to about a few inches off of your hull. And there's a clown there juggling with music going on, and then another clown comes round and they're doing a little show for me, for you all. And there's clapping and dancing, and it is great performance. It entertains everyone. Everyone's so entranced in this. You cannot look away. You are loving this show.
Elizora's
And-
preparing to be attacked by them.
Yeah. And the juggling keeps going and everything, and then they sort of put out. The mime comes out, pulls himself over on an invisible rope, puts a hat down,
Fucking mimes, man. Never
and
trust a
then
mime.
backflips back, and there's a bunch of like gymnastry going on, and this huge stage is tented, and then you see that they've got ropes swinging from the main mast for trapezes, and then they bring out a lion at one point and do some lion taming, and this show is going on for a while. A few of the deckhands just throw in a gold or a copper and a silver into the hat. Like, they're loving it. This is great. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I think I'm preparing. Some
Yeah, I
shit
mean,
could
Vaela's
go.
going out with her gear, but
Yeah.
she's on edge, but
That
letting
sounds
it
like bad news.
letting it happen, but just like, you know,
Can
on
I
guard.
do like perception? They don't have any weapons on them. The
Yeah, roll
performers.
perception for me.
She'll probably also be like looking not at the central performance, but the stuff going on around it to make sure no one's like sneaking in at the back or something. You know, like no one's. You know,
Yeah, what's Hawk seeing?
I got
doing
21.
something
Yeah,
else.
roll
Get the
perception
crowd,
for all those
pickpockets.
things, please.
There is a murder clown in Baldur's Gate 3. Spoilers.
Alarias,
Yeah,
what'd you get?
I got 21.
21. It doesn't look like they have any weapons on them right now. It looks like they've got like holsters and stuff, so they can be armed, but they're doing a show, so they're not armed right now.
I got 22. Or Vaela got 22.
22.
Hawk
Okay.
got 23.
The Hawk got 23. The Hawk notices there is torchlight coming from the lower decks, like a very small torchlight. Everyone's up on the main deck though, so it doesn't really make any sense that there's torchlight on the lower decks. You would know this, Elizora.
Right, send the Hawk in to take a look. Further look.
As you send the Hawk in, looks through the portholes. Can't see anyone in there. No one seems to be in there. Flies through, looks through. Can't quite spot anything. Something might have moved, not sure. But can't spot any being amongst the lower decks.
Carefully phrased there.
Okay. Vaela doesn't
Yeah.
see anything then. On it.
Elizora will.
Bailey did not see anything untoward. They at this point they bring out an elephant. This is an incredible show on this like raft of a boat that's come out of nowhere and has this out platformed stage, and it goes onto the stage just, like stomping around. It blares its trumpet, and they're bringing it around and doing the show, and they've got gymnasts doing flipping constantly, and then they sort of all come out, they draw the curtain back, they bow.
While this has been happening, Elizora's like going around people, be like, just prepare in case just keep your weapons close.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Us? Or are you just
Let's-
warning randomers?
Just around the crew, just like
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
a nudge, just like someone ain't right. Just
Yeah, I wanted to insight check. Is the elephant happy?
Roll me insight.
Thought I might take a roll.
I'm just thinking like, there's no like handbrake, is there? There's no like ship equivalent of a handbrake. I'm thinking like the
What
anchor.
an
but
The anchor.
But we're at sea, right? The anchor's not going to do anything.
yeah.
Let's
not
slow
gonna
it
come
down.
on, surely.
If you're,
Might
if
not
you're
totally
near
stop
near
it
enough,
straight away.
you Can do.
Because basically what I'm thinking is like, have people
Unnatural
ready
20 Arthur.
to like drop anchor like at a moment's notice, basically, like hard while they keep going. You know, if we see something's happening, to just put on the handbrake.
Time. Did you just say a natural 20 or dirty
Unnatural.
20?
Unnatural
Okay,
day.
good.
Sorry.
I was going to say to incite the elephant, that would just be chef's kiss. The elephant seems okay. I mean, it's an animal being used for performance.
Elephant doesn't really belong at sea.
Not 100% into it. Would prefer to be on safe dry land, eating some peanuts. But here they are. They are getting fed. They seem well fed and decent, but they are being taken out for the
Taking
show.
a mental note. Whoever Tim's standing next to, Tim informs of this.
Okay. You're probably standing next to Barry, and Barry's just like, yeah, I'm not really too much of this. This is really strange. I've never seen this before.
I guess we'll just go with that. Vaela will like whisper at the whatever the lever is for the drop the anchor, if in case we need
Get ready
it.
to weigh anchor.
Basically,
Yes,
just
Captain.
hard stop. You know.
That-
Yeah,
that,
Tim
like-
says get ready to liberate the elephant.
The helmsman just like gets alongside and just gently places himself right next to the.
Yeah, because I want to tell Hark. It's a Hark, I think, on the Felton. Sorry,
Yeah,
to be like
Felton's ready.
to like hard turn. If once the Janko drops, hard turn, and for Hark to be like, we're gonna have to, if shit hits the fan, we shoot first, kind of thing.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
but like just like blending into the crowd. Obviously, not being too obvious. We're trying not to be too obvious about it. But just
They
kind of
bow.
like,
They pick up their hat. They thank you. Hat goes on the mime's head, and then they bring it back, press against no wall, slowly walk back, and as it does, the stage kind of folds in, and then the curtains shut. They sail away.
Vaela will go to Alarias and say to him, check our stock. Check our cargo.
Yeah, I
Should've
go
tried to buy the
downstairs.
Take some deckhands and check the cargo.
Yeah, I'll take as many as I can, and then go down below decks. Make sure nothing's been taken. No sign of entry, break in.
I have 2 questions. Where did you store the artifacts?
On us.
Yeah, so Vaela's holding the trident and
Yeah,
had
the only ones we
pistol
have
in
are
her bag.
Elizora's got.
The
You said
orb.
Vaela.
Sorry,
Eliz-
I meant Elizora. Sorry, my bad.
Elizora's got the trident on her.
Yeah.
The
Bill's
orb-
got it on him as well.
Yeah, Bill's got the globe on him. Like, he's not to leave it anywhere. He's been instructed to not just
Well, it's
have
his.
that. Well, yeah, but like not to just leave it on his desk, basically.
Can
to
we
just-
follow them anyway as a
on
precaution?
his person? And I don't think. Yeah. Actually, I've actually got Boneblade War Room on my list as where the Rubik's Globe is, specifically.
That's just wherever we gather, though.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's not. Yeah.
You got one chance to tell me now. Would it be
It's on
on
Bill's
Bill, or would
person.
it be in the war room?
It's on his person. It's
Will
'cause
be
it's
on Bill.
his. A, it's his, and also he uses it to help navigate. So
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
the pistol was whoever last saw it. Elizora put it in her bag.
Yeah.
The pistol, and it's literally across Elizora's back is the trident.
So, what I would like to let you all know is you are missing 2,000 gold. You have lost 12 days of food, 10 days of water,
Water's fine. We can get that back.
and you have lost 4 days of ale.
No.
Oh, not that ale. Shit.
At least they didn't take my my pork joint.
Venison.
Venison, sorry. Yeah, of course. Hey, and of course we're too late to follow them.
Gone
I've
by the
lost
time
that one.
I imagine they're long gone by the time we've realised all of that.
No, I'd say, to be honest, like you started investigating quite soon. I'd say they probably only just left. You've only just lost sight of their light, but it did take a while for them to reach you and you to reach
Okay.
them.
If
Is there
that's
some
the if that's the case,
Gotta be some filthy magic we can do to catch up, right?
how many of them were there roughly, apart from the elephant?
So you counted
Right.
about 8 performers,
Okay.
and then the elephant, the lion.
I think we chase.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
they've
we
if they've
chase.
taken 2,000 gold or whatever it was, from us,
That's big.
we're fucking going after them. That's like a
Mhm.
2/3 of our thing. We'll go after them as quick as fast as we possibly can,
So I'll just cast
has to be-
fireball on their ship.
if you can.
It's not
no
in
problem.
sight.
No,
Well,
no,
you won't be able to see
150.
it.
Yeah, yeah. We have to get
But
We
yeah,
should have
I think.
left
Gets,
with
you get
something
spell
there.
sniper.
But yeah, she'll be like, just right, make chase. We've been robbed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell you what? I'm gonna save this for the new year.
Yeah. Nice.
Will you catch up to this clown performance?
Bastards.
How could they have stolen so much? Isn't it such a good thing that you kept your artifacts on your persons? Now, for the new year, as we're off for break, next time on Pirate Adventures,